video tutorial from PCHelpForum.com for a world of computer users.
PCHelpForum.com, removing the screen of a HP Pavilion DV6-1350 US. You can find us also at YouTube on PCHF.TV. First you want to remove these little stickers down here, and you'll see a screw once you remove the stickers, and then you want to unscrew those screws. After you remove those screws, you want to very gently, it's actually a mix of gently and forcefully. You want to skillfully, we'll just say, rip off this plastic around the screen. If you do it too hard, you'll break the little things that hold it in, that snap in, and if you don't do it hard enough, obviously it won't come off. Okay. Alright, well here we have the new screen, and what we're going to do is, because you can't just pop the new screen, the old screen out unfortunately, you have to get these little screws in here to release from the things holding the flat panel in. So what we have to do is we have to actually unscrew the things holding in first, and then we can get to those screws to get the LCD screen off. Okay, now that I took the 4 screws from the corners off, we have to gently pop this thing out. It's pretty well stuck onto the other things, so just to be safe, and because I don't want to order any extra parts, we're going to take out these screws as well. Alright, I removed these screws down here, and what I do to remember where the screws go is I just make a miniature version of the screen down there. So you see the top 2 up here, that one goes in the left corner, right corner, and then these line in order of where to put them back down here. So now we've opened up pretty well the space to get to these 4 screws that hold the screen in. So right now we're going to take those 4 screws out. So what I'm doing is I'm zigzagging it out past these side things that we're holding in so I can get a very close look at the screen. I don't mind putting it down on this. Normally I would mind because it would scratch it, but in this case this screen's broken, so I'm just going to put it there. And now again, what I'm doing right now is trying to be very careful because ribbons breaking are just the worst. And even if you're a master solderer, they're very hard to put back together. Alright, so we officially took off the tape. Now we're going to very gently push it back each sides with a screwdriver and pull it up. Now we're going to gently, this should be glued, yep, this is glued to the back of the screen, this corner over here. Give you guys a closer look. This corner is glued. This is what we just took off, and these are the 2. This must be zoomed in, no? Okay. These are the 2 things you push back on either side to get it out. And right now this is glued, so we're peeling the glue off of that. Alright. Now that's totally off, and we have our old screen. And what HP does is if you ship back the old screen, the broken one, then you basically get half price of the new one. It's not really half price, I mean it's what the screen costs, so they basically charge you twice as much if you don't ship back the old one, because they want the parts. So now we're going to open this screen. This ribbon and the screen they sent me is a little bit newer, and I mean the ribbon's the same and everything, but it's just a little longer, and they set it up different, which is great, being sarcastic, because now I have to get inside the laptop. Alright, so now that I have to take the laptop apart because the screen, the ribbons were, the new one was slightly longer, what I'm going to do, oops, yep, okay, so what I'm going to do is attach these back. I'm going to screw these in just to keep them safe from bending. It looks like I bent it a little bit. There we go. So we're gonna, just so the screen and the casing for the screen is very supported while we turn the laptop upside down to get the other parts out. Alright, so now I screwed these back in and we're gonna shut it. Okay. We're gonna turn it over. Start taking it apart. First, remove the battery. Okay, now if we turn it over, we can just unclip the bezel. So what we've done is we've removed all the top all the top screws from the back of the laptop. So you turn it upside down, you detach the battery, and you remove all the screws near the top, because these sometimes hold in the bezel. And so now we're gonna, alright, just lifted that up. And now we have this ribbon. So we can just peel this off of here, and we'll have to take this off to grab the ribbon out. Alright, so I loosened up this area so we can slip this ribbon out. So we finally have the old ribbon gone, and I will probably be nice and ship that back to HP with the old screen. They can deal with it. Alright. Now to put the screen in. Again, we want to be very careful not to touch too much, and also we want to slip this back where the old one was, so we want to be gentle with the ribbon. Get that in there. And again, I have the screen on foam to protect it. You can use a blanket or something that won't scratch the screen. And we want to get this even tighter in here and plug this in. Okay, now that that's plugged in, we want to plug this part back into the ribbon. Okay, those two parts fit in nicely, so now we're going to put the screen back. Alright, so we're going to lift this. First we'll snap this back in under there. Now you want to lift this ever so carefully back over here. Okay, now keep the foam under in case it falls. And we're going to go in and unscrew these. These we had screwed in again to protect them from bending when we turn the laptop upside down to remove the bezel. So we want to... Okay, now that we put these 4 screws back in, I'm going to go ahead and snap the bezel in again. Alright. Now that the bezel's all nice and sapped in, we're going to screw the screen supports back in. So we're going to put the two black screws back in there and the two black screws back in these corners. Okay, so now we have all of the screws back in nicely, and we're going to pop in the plastic. Alright, now we're going to snap back in this piece. Want to make sure you go over it a bunch of times because you'll hear more snaps. Oh, there's another one. Alright, now you want to re-screw in these two screws down here. Alright, now you want to insert the screws that you removed to take the bezel off. Okay, moment of truth. Reconnect the battery. Battery reconnected. Turn your laptop around. Admire your new screen. You want to stick back these stickers to cover the screws. And then this is my sister eagerly wanting it to work because this is her computer. And the screen looks beautiful.